Hi, it's Deb with Freedom from Food Addiction, and I'm usually talking with you about how to keep spiritually fit. And today, what I really wanted to do is support you in how to really strengthen your hips and your glutes so that you can really feel more supported and fit physically. So let's just dive on in and meet this workout wherever you can and take a break where you need to. And I just can't wait to get strong with you, strong physically. So let's get started. We're going to actually start on our backs today. So if you want to go ahead and roll down, you can either roll down, or if that hurts your back, you can just move to the side and lean yourself down. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll myself all the way down. And from there, I'm going to bring my heels right in line with my sitting bones, right in the middle of the center of the back of my thigh. From there, it's about finding the right pelvic position here. So I want you to overarch your low back, putting a huge, huge space, a huge gap in your low back. And then I want you to really tuck your tail under like you were a dog tucking your tail between your legs. Feel your low back go towards the mat. And then I want you to just find a neutral position. So a neutral position would be where you feel your tailbone heavy on the mat, you feel your lower ribs heavy on the mat, but there's a natural, gentle curve in your lumbar spine, and that's what we want to go with today. So from there, you're going to place your arms down by your sides. Your heels, I want you to press right through the center of both heels. And I want you to press through the ball of your big toe. So not the actual big toe, but the ball of your big toe, okay? So we've got pressure at the center of the heel, of the back of the heel, and then pressure on the ball of the big toe, kind of like right there, the equivalent of right there on your foot. From there, you're just going to lift your hips straight up and lower them down, just letting your tailbone just kind of tap on the floor. So we're lifting and we're lowering. You want to make sure that you're not lifting by overarching the back like this. So your whole body, your torso stays neutral. And really what you're doing is thinking of lifting your pelvic bones right here straight up to the ceiling. Straight up to the ceiling. And as your pelvic bones go straight up to the ceiling, like two headlights up to the ceiling, you can think of pressing through the center of your heel. So we have this oppositional sensation going on that's really going to help to fire up the glutes, right where our hamstrings meet our glutes, right there called in the gluteal fold, kind of where your butt meets your thigh, or as I used to call in my Pilates studio, the thigh. That's what we're going for right now. We're going for the thigh. If you are feeling your lower back right now, then you're lifting too high, and I want you to just not lift up so high and really press to the center of your heel and the big toe ball mound, and you should be okay there. All right, let's just go do a couple more here. Nothing like waking up the thigh. And as you lift, you can add a little exhale and almost imagine like if I had one hand in the back and one hand in the front here, and every time I exhaled, it's like I was trying to get my hands closer together just through my breath, not by trying to contort or squeeze my belly button into my spine, but just through the exhale as if there was like a shrink wrap sensation going on there. Let's try that one more time, then we're going to stay up. From there, let's add little pulses. And you can add an exhale to that, really combining your breath with your movement. Remember, pressing to the center of the heel. You can have a look at your knees. You want your knees to be lined up with your pelvic bones. Make sure they're not flopped out to the side or crashing in and touching, but that they're right in line with the pelvic bones right here. And let's go for 10 more. Who's feeling a little burn right back here? Does not take much when you position yourself in the right position. 8, 7. I'm a horrible counter, by the way, so you're always going to be doing extra credit reps, but that's okay. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Good. Give those buns a little break and hug your knees in and just rock side to side. Give your back a little break here, too. Since we're here and since the knees are tucked in, I am going to have us do a little bit of lower belly work just to help to support the low back. So you can actually keep your low back connected to the mat. That's okay in this position. You just don't want to overly press your low back into the mat, but you can keep your low back connected to the mat and then just bring your knees right over your hip bones like this, and we're going to go into little toe taps. So what's really important here is keeping your lower ribs on the mat. So you might feel like if you really try to get your bra line to press into the mat, you might get a little bit of shaking, and that's amazing. That lets you know that you're really, really working deep into your core stabilizing muscles, and you can add an exhale to support that. And let's go for 10 more. If you feel any low back tenderness or soreness, then you just don't want to don't go all the way down. You can just go like this with the legs. You can also bring your knees in closer towards you. All those are ways to just take the pressure off of the back. And 3, 2, and we're going to change it up here. We're going to go and stretch out. Now again, if your back is bothering you, I want you to take your feet and go straight up to the sky. If you want to challenge it further, then you're just going to simply go straight out and challenge yourself by keeping that lower rib connected to the mat. 5, 4, 3, doing great. 2, and 1. From there, bring the legs straight up, and we're going to go into single leg lowering. Again, if your low back is bothering you in this position, then you are simply going to just lower your leg a little bit, or you can even bend the knees slightly and lower the leg a little bit that way. So there's lots of modifications. You never have to put yourself into pain while you're exercising in the low back in order to strengthen your abdominals. We don't want to do that. We want to just meet your body where you're at and strengthen you from there, and then incrementally increase that challenge. Let's go for 4 more. Excellent. All right, from there, hug your knees in and just rock side to side. And we're actually going to come up onto all fours. So I'm going to have you move to the side and flip around. So when you're on all fours, this is really important. I'm going to show you positioning both from the side and from the front, because I notice that people really tend to get this position all wrong. First of all, you want to make sure that your hips aren't forward of your knees or behind your knees, but that they're directly above your knees. And the same thing with your wrists. You want them to be directly beneath the shoulder. And then have a look down, and I'm going to just face you for a moment. If your elbows are pointing out like this, that's hyperextension. That's not good. I want you to get your inside elbows to face each other like this. So from there, we're going to take one leg. I'm going to show you from the front facing, and I'm going to show you side facing. A bent knee, and we're just going to go straight up. Straight up. So I'm going to show you this from the side. Straight up. Adding that exhale. Again, when we think about the pelvic bones, you want those pelvic bones to be facing straight down to the ground evenly. So the tendency is to put all your body weight onto one side and to cock your hips like this. I want you to try to keep both pelvic bones pointing like headlights towards the floor. And we're going to go for 10 more. 10. Yes. 6. Doing awesome. 3, 2, and 1. From there, bring your knee in. We're going to go out to the side. Good. So again, the tendency is to really put all your body weight on the opposite knee. So I'm going to have you keep your weight as equal as you can. If your wrists are bothering you, you can always come down to your elbows. So this is a great position too. And you will feel it. You will absolutely feel it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And in this position, let's just go straight up into an extension. Who's feeling the burn? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Get that little squeeze at the top. Feel your hip bones facing down to the ground. Equal pressure on your elbows. And let's go for 6 more. 5. All right. Who's feeling that one? Shaking your tail feather a little bit there. Good. Let's move to the other side. I'm just going to flip around here so you can see me. And other side. All right. So we've got little pulses. 2. So again, pelvic bones facing to the ground. The tendency will be to put all your body weight on the other side. So if you can, try to, here we go, try to keep your weight on that opposite arm. And again, you can come down to your elbows. If this is better position for you, that's absolutely fine as well. I think that makes it a little bit more challenging, but you can see. And we'll go 6. And out to the side. Doesn't take much. You can probably feel that. So important to strengthen the side of the hips though. This is really an area where we tend to ignore a lot in just general fitness classes. We tend to ignore the side of the hip. And 6 more. So if you have any knee issues, it's really important to strengthen the side of your hip. And last one. From there, you can either come back up into your hands, you can stand on your elbows, and we're going to go into the full extension. Who's feeling that burn? It's always a little bit more challenging on that second side because the second side's already been stabilizing for the first side. So you get a little extra credit on the second side. But this is the stuff that really, really helps to move us to the next level. When we really feel, oh, I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do anymore. And then you just eke out 6 more. 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead and sit back. Or if that bothers your knees, you can roll to your side, get onto your back and hug your knees in. We're just going to shift side to side here. And let's lean over to one side. Take your opposite arm onto the opposite hand and just stretch that hip for a moment, taking a nice deep breath into your hip. And over to the other side. And that, my friends, is our little under 15-minute little booty and lower abdominal workout. I hope that you enjoyed it today. There is lots more where that came from, so definitely would love your feedback and love your questions, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.